position that we're in at the minute, it's sort of the best position that as a club we've been in League Two. How do the lads look at the final 17 games or so? What's the mindset on how best to approach that to make sure that we achieve what everybody wants to achieve?
I think it's important we recognise the position we're in. Obviously, like you said, we're in a great position, but we can't get carried away with anything. I remember this time last year, Bristol Rovers, were nowhere near it, but they went on an amazing run and they found promotion, where vice versa, there was teams who were up there and flying at this point in the season but fell off it. So like I said, at this point in the season it means nothing, so we've got to keep our feet on the ground and just keep taking it a game at a time. And like I touched on, Tranmere is a tough place to go, so we've got to make sure we're right for Saturday, otherwise we won't be picking up the 3 points that we want.
You yourself, joint top assists in League Two. You've got such a pivotal role in the team. Sometimes it's hard to remember that you're actually 22. How do you reflect on your season so far?
Guys, it's probably been my best season so far, in terms of numbers and the way I've been playing and the responsibility I've took on. I feel as though I'm a player who takes on a lot of responsibility, and sometimes it can affect my performance, because if I'm not playing to the standard that I feel as though I am, then it can kind of get to me during the game. But it's something that I've improved on over the last few years. But yeah, like you said, I'm only 22, so I've got a lot of improving to do. The lads like to remind me that I'm not a 22-year-old. They tend to say I'm a 35-year-old, which I don't like. So, but it's good. Like I say, I like to take on responsibility. I like to be one of the main players. But there's a lot of important players in this squad, so everybody's going to be needed in the final push.
Do you like that responsibility?
I do, yeah, I do. It's something I've always had from when I was younger. I was always vocal. My dad says it in a very more abrupt way, probably one that I can't say on camera. But it's something I've always done. I've always liked to take the responsibility on. I feel as though I can handle it and I can deal with it. So it's something I like, yeah.
Just touching on something else, it's the sort of after we've announced it. Connor's been voted as the player of the month for the league. His goals in January have been so important. Obviously, it is a team performance, though. Is that a result of how much the team's come together and how much everybody's bonding and gelling?
Of course, yeah. I think this morning when we seen that he'd received the awards, all the lads were buzzing for him. He deserves it. He's been on absolute fire. So it's good, because at the start of the season we had the team performances. We didn't have anybody who was in particular who was scoring loads of goals and was winning us games, where now we've got a lot of lads who are flying and scoring goals and are capable of doing that. Obviously Connor's had a few injuries this season, and he's come back from them flying. Smudge has been finding the net recently. Callum Hendry's probably one of the best finishers I've seen. So we've got a lot of lads who can win us games, so it's good that we need all these lads firing, and obviously we need me, Watt or Gally, whoever's playing in midfield or at full back or centre half to supply them with chances, and I'm sure they'll go on and win us the games.
And just to find the point to add on to that, how much encouragement does that give you as a midfielder, as a creator, as a set piece taker, that you have got those forwards who are informing you to put those chances away? Because it must be reassuring knowing that the work you're putting in is paying off.
Of course, there's nothing worse than when you're creating loads of chances as a team and you're just not finding the way to put the ball in the net, which has happened a few times this season in games. But like I say with Connor at the minute, whenever you see him in front of goal or 18 yards out, you just know he's going to hit the back of the net. But not just that, we've got different ways of scoring. You've got Smudge in there, you can hang a ball up to and he'll make something out of nothing. He'll make a bad cross look a good one. You got Callum Hendry, you can get in the pockets and turn and create things with long distances from strike, long strike from distance. Like we seen Gillingham away. Odin Bailey cutting in from the left. You've got so many players who bring so much to the team. Louis Barry we've just signed, who we're yet to see the best from, but we've seen it on the training pitch. He's a real threat. So we've got a lot of players who can score goals in different ways. So like I say, it's going to be important now in the push towards the end of the season.